Starts the final. 69. Offense. He was giving them the business. Right there. Hold on!
This is the Five Arms and a Lucky Finn podcast.
Welcome to the Five Arms and Lucky Finn podcast. I'm your host, Brendan McCormick, with my co-host on the other side, David Soloway, aka Big Diesel. He is for the people are for him. David, we got a lot of sports, drama, media, attraction going on. And of course, the Spurs and the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference Finals, Game 1, and the drama that started from that. Victor Wembanyama had 41 points, 24 rebounds, 14 of 25 from the field, dropping points, rebounds, doing everything for the Spurs. We'll get into that. And then, of course, the drama with the Eagles between Brown and Hurts. Obviously, Hurts was not at Brown's wedding. TMZ caught a glimpse of that. So excited to dive into that with you all. And as well, Tyreek Hill. Is it a reunion party for the Chiefs? Or where is his destination at? Also, where is AJ Brown's destination? We cover it all here on the BS Talk. So, David, let's dive into the Spurs and the OKC Thunder double overtime Game 1. Game 2 happening right now. But let's talk about Game 1. What was your takeaway from Game 1?
Wembanyama, man, he's just an absolute freak. Not only is he like maybe the greatest defensive player ever just because of his height and his length and his ability to just cover all inches of the floor, but just an offensive masterclass. He was incredible.
Yeah.
He hit a game-tying three in the first overtime. Kind of a trailer in transition. I'm looking at the play-by-play right now. It says it was 27-footer. It felt like a 35-footer. He pulled up from deep.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful. David, this guy's on a tear. And, the things that he is accomplishing at his young age, obviously we knew with him coming into the league how unique he was. Obviously his body type, his archetype is truly one of a kind. This dude is a bad man, David. And he just gets better throughout each game. I feel like he just gets more in flow with the game of basketball. Do you think when it's all said and done, he could be in the talks right next to LeBron James?
Yeah, I knew this question was going to come in this episode.
I got to ask it.
I knew it. First of all, if he's going to be near anyone, it would be Michael because LeBron's already above Michael.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah.
we don't have to get into that again.
Yeah.
But,
Right. Yeah.
But if he can stay healthy, and that's the biggest problem, right, is he's a 7'5" freak of nature.
Yeah.
He missed the second half of last season, if I remember correctly, with some sort of like lung issue, which doesn't have anything to do with being big. But as long as he doesn't get injured often, I think he could be up there in the top 10, top 5 greatest players of all time by the time he's done. He's going to win MVPs.
Is he better than SGA right now?
I mean, that's a deep conversation because SGA is not good at basketball.
Oh, because he just goes
He's a foul baiter. Yeah, he's a foul baiter.
Yeah. He just kind of like flops. Yeah. No, I agree with you. This seems to be a trending topic that people think SGA is better than Wembanyama.
I mean, he is in that he won the MVP last year and this year. So
is he like?
As far as I think there's two different arguments here. If you could take one player to start your franchise with, I think you take Wemby all day, every day.
Right.
But if you're looking at who is the better player over the course of a season and more proven in the playoffs, I think right now your answer is SGA. They did win the title last year,
They did.
and he's back-to-back MVP.
They defeated our Indiana Pacers. What a ride that was from the Indiana Pacers.
If Hallie doesn't tear his Achilles in that,
I wasn't going to
on
say it.
absolute fire. They were going to win that game.
I mean, it was a generational run.
It really was. And then they got screwed in the draft this year. So,
they got jacked up in the draft. They got messed up in the draft. They got hosed, David. They got hosed. Let's just say that they got hosed. But they'll come back. The Pacers will be all right. But what is SGA's peak?
his peak is a 2-time MVP and world champion.
So what is
Wemby's peak?
There's no telling.
His current peak that we know of is not that.
That's a fair take because nothing has happened. I will say this: he'll be a minimum 4-time NBA champion.
Okay, all right, chill.
Yeah,
it's hard to win 4.
Not with Wemby.
What stars have won 4 in our lifetimes?
I know one.
I know 2.
Yeah, there's 2.
3. I guess you could maybe count Shaq.
LBJ.
Shaq was a big part of the Heat's
Kobe
06 title.
Shaq. How many does Curry have? He has 3, right?
They have 3.
2
that
for
sounds
sure.
right. That sounds right.
They have 2 for sure.
They have 3 for sure. I just can't. I don't remember if they have a 4th.
I know.
4.
I'm trying to.
4. All right.
What were the
Good
years?
Call.
Yeah.
15, 17, 18, 22. They won that one after the dynasty against the Celtics.
Correct. Forgot about that one. I forgot about that one. Hand up on that.
Same. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, obviously the future is going to tell how good Wemby can be at the end of the day. But we've never seen a player like him ever in the NBA. Ever. His length, his shooting ability, his dribbling ability, the way he sees the floor, we have never seen someone like him. The only player you could compare him to, which is LeBron, in my opinion. The way he passes, the way he scores. But they're 2 different players because Wemby's taller.
Way different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If you really wanted to compare him to
Wemby's more. I mean, LeBron had a bunch of years where he probably should have been the defensive player of the year, and he wasn't the defensive player of the year.
I'll give you that.
Just because voters got tired with LeBron after a while. I mean, if you look at his MVPs, he has like 4 MVPs, I think. He was the best player in the NBA for 12 years straight.
Yeah, I don't think
anyone won 4 MVPs.
Yeah.
So awards, it's hard to like really judge. Which this is a problem with sports is we judge things based on awards and accomplishments, but the people voting on the awards don't actually know what they're doing.
I actually have a bone to pick with you on one of them. Derrick Rose, his second season winning the youngest MVP.
Sure.
His season that year.
I'm not actually saying he should have won like 10 or 12 in a row. There were years here and there where guys had better seasons than him.
Okay.
But
thank you. I was about to say
on the whole, he is deserving, I think, of more than 4 MVP awards. I think we can agree on that.
Yes, I agree. Definitely agree with you on that.
He dominated the NBA for a decade.
Yeah. I mean,
but I think Wemby, their games are not similar, him and LeBron. Although both of them are like not great shooters, but LeBron was more of a distributor. Wemby's obviously more of he is a big man. He's 7'5".
Yeah.
But when's the last time we saw dominance from a big man like this? I think Jokic, we can talk about, but he's not as much like inside dominance. And I'm not saying Wemby's all inside. He's out shooting threes, but he's able to. I mean, there was a move the other night where he took 1 dribble at the top of the key, took 2 massive steps, and was at the rim.
Yeah.
When's the last time we saw a big man dominate down low like this?
Only person I can think of, and they're two different players, is Shaq.
Shaq, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
maybe someone like Dwight Howard. He wasn't really. Hold on.
okay.
Hold on.
I don't know where you're going with this.
Hold on.
Okay.
He was not a great back to the basket post up player,
No.
but he was good at receiving alley oops, receiving passes down low, and putting those home,
True.
and getting offensive rebounds, and using his length and athleticism as a 7-footer to score down low, which I think is more of what Wemby's doing. He's not really back to the basket, Dirk fadeaway, or back to the basket drop step like Shaq.
Yeah.
He's more of like a cutting big man, getting offensive rebounds, using his length and athleticism.
Yeah. Yeah. All that you said was, yeah, I agree with you. I didn't know where you were going with that Dwight Howard angle. I was worried for a second because I think we're both not the
they're
biggest.
not the same. They're not the same player, and obviously he's already way better than Dwight Howard. But
yeah,
just style of game. I mean, most big men, they're either like completely back to the basket or
yeah,
non-factors. Some guys can step out and shoot. And then Jokic is a complete
True.
unicorn himself because he does everything. Averaged a triple-double this year.
Yeah. I mean, dude's a freak as well. I love Jokic. Love his game. Love the way he dishes the ball, passes the rock.
Who you got in this series?
This one's hard. This one's really hard. I have to take the Spurs because of their record against OKC.
They do seem to have their number, don't
yeah,
they?
that's what I mean. Like, I don't. Every great team, and I know you'll agree with this, is someone else's. Every great team has a kryptonite, and I think the OKC Thunder have met their kryptonite in Wembanyama.
Yeah, maybe.
Like,
I think the important thing to watch for here is Spurs stole one on the road, but if OKC steals one back in San Antonio, does that crush the will of a young San Antonio team?
That is a great question. We talk about momentum a lot. We're big believers in momentum in probably all the sports we watch. You can definitely tell when a man's will or a team starts to, kind of question and fall apart a little bit. Get tested, I guess is the right word to say. So yeah, I think if that does happen, I think it's gonna stand true of what is this Spurs team made of?
Right.
Is really what it comes down to if they drop a game at home. Because everyone in San Antonio is going to be there. That is their team. So it's going to be rocking. Like,
for sure.
I mean, it's a great question, though.
I think the NBA, too, is really the only sport I can think of the big four, and not a big hockey fan, but where teams with young talent have to lose first in the playoffs to then get stronger and come back and win in future years. And I think we've seen that a lot lately.
I agree with that. Yeah, I do agree with that.
I mean, we just talked about Curry beating the Celtics in 2022. That was a young team. Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown were both young. They made changes after that to kind of tailor their roster around those superstars, and then they end up winning one. And I think we see that a lot. There's obviously teams that kind of it's trending in that direction, and then they end up flaming out. Like, we'll see what the Pistons end up doing here in the future. They were the 1 seed this year. They lost in 7 to the Cavs. That to me is like, all right, they got heartbroken this year as the number 1 seed, but they got a team that they can feel good about, and we'll see if they take the next step next year.
Right.
The Knicks last year lost to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. This year, they might take that next step to the finals. And it's interesting how it's really the only sport that's that way. Football, you don't see that.
No, not really.
I don't know if it's because football is more of a grind. Baseball, you don't see that either, really.
I don't know. I don't know if that's something that analytics could tell us or what, but that is a good.
Yeah, I wonder why that is.
Solid point. I want to say maybe because I know what the other team's trying to do because they've done it in the past and they continue to try it. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the only angle I can come up with. Because usually in football, like if you do the same thing over and you beat them, usually you try to mix it up. And
I think the angle I'm looking at it from is like you got to learn how to lose before you can learn how to win. But then my brain's like,
but
why doesn't that work in other sports?
yeah,
Because I do think being able to overcome failure is a
right.
big key in becoming a champion level team or
Yeah.
player. But then why doesn't that doesn't really work in other sports?
No, it doesn't. I don't know. Well, I don't have the answer. That is a great question.
Yeah.
David, I got another hot topic question for you about the NBA, and I'm about to shoot it off for you. Should the NBA abolish conferences so the two best teams actually meet in the finals? Do you think they should abolish conferences?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm kind of on the opposite side.
Why?
Well, what's the point? What's the point of conferences at the NBA level? At the NBA level. Okay.
Cut down on travel.
I understand that. But if we're really trying to get to the root and we're trying to see the best teams play, why wouldn't you want to travel? And they get a day off. So, like, what?
Okay, but so you're saying we want to see the best teams play in the finals, right?
Correct. Yeah. I know where you're going to go with this angle, too.
Most years, the two best teams aren't necessarily in one conference.
Yes and no.
I think we can agree that the Western Conference on the whole during our NBA watching days has been better for whatever reason. And a lot of that was LeBron dominated.
Yeah, he dominated the East for years, like 10 years.
Right. So there was really no point in trying to build a winning
team. He wasn't going to the
East.
Western Conference years. He was going to the Eastern Conference because he knew he could dominate. Why would he go to the Western like he is now and struggling? There's my hot take.
Fair. Yeah, that's a fair take.
Because he'd go to the finals every year. Because who is he going to face? Who's he going to battle?
Yeah, no, you're making good points here. But a lot of those years, the Heat were the best, or the Heat or the Cavs, whoever, were the best team in the East. And then you had the best team in the West, whether it was the Spurs during the Heat days. Or
but look at who the Warriors had to go through, and all these other Western Conference teams to get to the finals. Look at Kevin Durant and look at the teams that he had to go through compared to LeBron James. Guarantee it's at least 5 times harder.
Yeah, I agree. The West was better, but that I don't think we should reseed or like do away with conferences once the playoffs come just because for a stretch of the league's history, one conference was better. It could flip back in the next decade where the East is better the whole time. It could flip back to where we're always going to have like 4 really good teams in the West, 4 really good teams in the East. And I don't really see if a team is truly championship worthy,
right,
then we should leave the rules as is and let them be championship worthy. If they're going to beat teams on the way to a championship that are harder than in one conference than another, so be it. That's their path.
Right. Okay.
I think there's more of an argument for all playoffs to be reseeded. After the first round. Maybe not after the second round. Yeah, reseeded.
Huh. I don't know about that one.
Well, like think about the college football playoff, for example.
Okay.
We could have in the semifinals had Indiana, Miami, and Oregon, Ole Miss. Oregon got screwed. If we're talking about teams I don't
disagree with that.
The Spurs or the Thunder getting screwed here because they had to go through each other. It happens in every sport. It's just the nature of
the beast
of sports. Yeah.
I see. I see where you're going with
I
that,
wouldn't
David.
hate
I see.
reseeding though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have really had much of an impact here in the NBA playoffs, other than the only real upset in the first round was the T-Wolves over the Nuggets. So I guess the Thunder would have gotten to play the T-Wolves instead of the Spurs getting to play them, but that didn't really make a difference.
No. Let's
The
head over
Thunder
to
swept the Lakers. So
yeah. Let's head over to the NFL country real quick. We're going to touch base on it. The NFL 2026 schedule just dropped. Excited to dive into the NFL season ahead with all of our Indiana Hoosiers now in the NFL. But they were on the Indiana Hoosiers before they were in the NFL, so that gives us a reason to watch now. A lot more reason to watch, as I should say. Seahawks opening week 1 versus the Patriots in Super Bowl rematch there, David. So that'll be a great game for that one. And then Tyreek Hill, David. Tyreek Hill. Is there any possible way did the Chiefs say, hey, come on, let's go grab another one real quick?
I mean, why wouldn't they give it a shot? Right?
That's my angle. Like, if you're Tyreek Hill, right, you've got the money. That's why you went to Miami. You got the money for what? A couple years. Granted, you weren't healthy. Well, in my mind, it makes sense for me to go back to where it all started.
Yeah, I agree. And if you look at the receiving core right now, it's really not great. Rashee Rice, I think, he just got sentenced to 30 days because he broke his parole or whatever. Probation. Yeah, probation.
Yeah. Same thing, basically. But
yeah. Same. Interchangeable.
Yeah.
But you have him and Xavier Worthy, and then other than that, I mean, they still have Travis Kelce, and he's a great tight end, but he's on the downswing of his career.
He's getting a little
old.
Other
than that, they don't really have a great receiving. They don't have depth. They don't have like another guy that you're like, this guy is going to step up if Rashee Rice misses another 6 games or whatever. So why would he's got a great opportunity to go back there and make magic happen?
I think the issue we'll come back to is I don't think Hill is going to want to sign for minimum millions, if that makes sense. It's going to come down to the dollars a little bit, I believe, to making it happen.
Probably.
But I think it's best for his career.
I guess the question there is what other team is going to pay him when he's
That's
coming
another
off
great question. Yeah.
He was kind of a locker room cancer 2 years ago.
Correct.
And they were already considering trying to get rid of him before last season. And then he's coming off of an injury, which his biggest skill is speed. He's coming off that injury and a little bit older. So I don't know that he's going to get – someone might take a flyer, but I don't know that he's going to get the payday he's looking for.
I agree with you. That's why I think he's just got to, I know he's I love him. Love his ego, love what he's about, love his swagger. But I think he's just got to eat it and just play for whatever they want to sign him to and just try to get healthy. And I think, obviously the facility and the staff there in case he's going to be able to get him right because he stayed healthy for many seasons in Kansas City. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think if he comes back home, I think he'll retire at Chief. That's my take.
And why not even if you take a 1-year deal, just to prove that you're still that guy. And then if you want to go somewhere after that, so be it. But I think it's a great opportunity for him to rehab his reputation a little bit and show that he's still a number one wide receiver.
The cheetah. Yeah.
Yeah, the cheetah.
No, I'm with you. David, I got another angle here. Another angle to propose to you. That Joe Burrow is on the Carson Palmer path if the Bengals don't get smarter in protecting him. Do you agree with this?
Define the Carson Palmer path for me.
I think
Basically being the guy in Cincinnati and never winning anything and eventually leaving.
and getting banged up pretty well and sacked a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but Joe's already gone to a Super Bowl.
He has. That
So
season was electric, even
It
though we had the
was.
Rams in the Super Bowl future, which obviously they won. So it took them
Yeah.
like halfway through the season at like plus 2,800, if I remember right. But
That's right. You did. Yeah. Yeah. That's
yeah,
right.
I lost all that though, guys. Don't get too excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should have kept some of that. But anyways, that was fun though. Just throwing money around. But yeah, I think if the Bengals want to be in that Super Bowl contention like they were, right? They have to protect the guy and they have to be able to sign a defense. You can't leave Burrow out there for, more than half the game waiting to get killed. Like that's just not it's not going to work. And anyone knows
Burrow in
that.
his career is taking 2.7 sacks per game. Carson Palmer only took 1.8 sacks per game. So he's getting hit even more. And I wonder, that is interesting though, because Palmer was kind of a statue back there. He wasn't really scrambling. So if you got to him, he was going down.
Yeah.
I wonder, Joe, he's been injured. He's been injured quite a bit the past couple of years. But I wonder if maybe his scrambling is leading to more sacks. Like maybe nothing's there and he just ends up taking the sack. Or if I wonder if the analytics really show, and we know their offensive line's been bad basically this whole time there, but I wonder if it really shows that like they are at fault for most of the sacks.
That's a good question. That's a good angle. Is it just bad play calling that could end up in a sack and not picking up on the blitz and audibling and coming out of it? That's a good question.
Could be. Yeah.
That is good questions.
I don't think these are similar trajectories though. I think Carson Palmer for his entire career was a middle of the league quarterback, like 12th to 20th.
He was close to that. He was close to that upper.
Close, but he was
12
at the height of his career. He was probably like 12th, right?
Yeah, I mean there were some great quarterbacks in that league at the time.
There's great quarterbacks right now.
That's true. I can't really defend Palmer in that. Yeah, that's a good point. And Burrow.
It might come to a head though, where Joe needs to get out, and he would look great in South Beach.
He looked great in a blue and white jersey too. So just across the pond.
I don't think he wants to go there.
I don't think he does either.
Dude, imagine him on the Saints. He's already an absolute legend down there. I would love that.
That'd be really cool. I would love that too. That'd be really cool too. David, Arsenal won the Premier League for the first time in 22 years. Obviously, that is a long time, massive moment for Arsenal there. 22 years of suffering, David. We know the word suffering and all our Indiana football loving selves and what it can do when a team finally wins. So shout out to Arsenal for pulling it through. Not huge soccer guys, but
I've gotten really into soccer over the past couple of years, actually.
Okay.
Because it's a great thing to turn on in the mornings, on weekends, when I'm just hanging out with the kids, Yeah. And I can't tell you that I know a whole lot about Arsenal, but I will tell you that I watched them play against Man City.
Yeah.
And that was it was 5 games ago. They lost that game to Man City, and it looked like Man City was about to overtake them at the top of the table. And Arsenal came back after that, and they rattled off 4 straight wins to take the league. That's impressive. Good for them. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you excited for the World Cup?
I'm pumped for the World Cup. They're gonna have some of the. I believe it's gonna be some of the games in Dallas this year, if I remember.
Really?
Right. Yes, I think. Don't quote me. I think that's happening. I could be very wrong about that, but when I was living in DFW, it was very much
It's gonna be
talked about.
hot. Yeah, Dallas.
That's what I thought. Yeah, it's going to be rocking. Lived there for several years. This has been talked about for years. Could Dallas, could it actually held in Dallas? I think there's a lot of soccer fans in DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth, and so I'm excited for them to experience that. But yeah, I mean, it's been talked about a lot in the city for even when I was living there. So that the biggest question was if Dallas would be a good hosting city, and I think it'll be honestly a great atmosphere. So
Dallas is gonna get to see Messi twice.
yeah,
They host 2 Argentina games, 2
That's awesome.
Japan games. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm really pumped for the World Cup. It's one of those things that comes around every 4 years, and while the U.S. sucks, it's something. It's a sport that you can turn on in the middle of the day, which I think is key for me to get excited for a sporting event that is not a Big Four sport. Is it has to be on during the day.
Yeah.
And I think it's fun to the whole world gets together and there's a lot of hype around it, and we do get up for the U.S. matches. Like those are going to be appointment television, just like the hockey games in the Olympics were. We're not going to win it, but you know what? I believe that we will win.
Wow. Hopeful. Positive. I love it.
We're going to win our group. We're going to win our group, and we're going to win one game in the knockout rounds, and then we are going to lose 4-0 to the Netherlands or something.
Yeah, we're going to get smoked by the legit top teams.
Yeah,
but I like the positivity. I like the positivity, David. I don't think that will happen, but more power to us if it does.
No, our group's a joke. Our group's a joke. We have a really good chance.
Who's in the group?
Hold on. Let me get our group up.
Let's pull it up real quick. Bring it up. In the meantime, David, I know we'll probably talk about this on the Hoosier Homer Hour. Go follow us. Not follow us, listen to us. Anyways, on that episode, but Sam Sarver from FC Dallas, have you seen his Modelo celebration where he just cracks it over his head and just chugs a beer because they're so mad that their team lost? They threw beer on the field and he just indulges in one, and now it's electric. Everyone's talking about it.
That dude went viral in that MLS, which is hard to do.
It's very hard to do, and I think this is going to be probably very well agreed upon whoever, but I think this could make MLS fun and more relevant.
I agree. Make it more XFL like, where they're doing
that's what I mean.
Like this. Yes.
Yeah, it's so entertaining. I hope he doesn't get fined, but then he does the whole scuba diving skit.
Yeah, that one was good too.
Yeah. Like let's keep the cellies going, the celebrations. Agreed. And the energy. And Sam, salute. You got our approval from 2 huge Hoosier fans. Love what you're doing in the sport. Continue to do what you're doing, man. We love you. So just want to shout out him real quick. Who's in the group though, real quick?
The group is Paraguay.
Okay. Paraguay.
We can beat them. Come on.
Yeah.
Australia. They're not good at soccer. They play rugby.
They're all right. I'm not
worried about Australia. They're gonna be jet lagged. They're not even gonna know what time it is.
Okay. Good angle.
The last one in our group is Turkey. And did you know that Turkey is currently going through a rebrand?
A rebrand?
They no longer want to be called Turkey because they don't want to be affiliated with the animal or food. They are now going by Turkey.
Okay.
It's Turkiye, Turkey. They are no longer Turkey. And I think people are going to catch on to this during the World Cup this summer.
What are the announcers going to say? What are the announcers going to say?
I think they're probably going to go with Turkey because that's how they want to be known now. And people are gonna tune in to the USA Turkey game, and they're gonna be like, "Why the hell are these guys saying it this way?" And eventually, everybody will learn it's now Turkey.
Turkey. Wow, I'm still calling them Turkey.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's just Thank you for coming in, listening, watching. on YouTube. Give us a follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a subscription on YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram, X, anything social media. 5ALF Podcast. That is where we're at. Besides YouTube, 5 Arms and Lucky Finn is our username. We appreciate your guys' support as always. Tuning in, listening, commenting, show us love. But don't forget, it is now Turkey A, not Turkey. Just remember, folks.
Turkey
See you in the
A.
next one. Peace.